Hi everyone. I'm going to give you a real quick overview on Zoom, the web conferencing software that the University of North Dakota uses. Um, it's really a great option for delivering classes to students virtually or online. You've got a couple options with Zoom. You can deliver them live to students, so it's just like you'd be in the classroom with them, except they're in an online classroom. Or you can also record Zoom sessions and share video lectures asynchronously so that they can view it at any given time. Or you can deliver a live class and record at the same time so students can come back and view it at a later time. So I'm going to start this from the very beginning, assuming you don't have Zoom installed on your computer. Um, to install it, UND's created a quick login for Zoom, and it's und.zoom.us. And as soon as you type that into your web browser, you're going to see a UND specific download, and you're going to use your UND credentials here. You just got to click sign in, and it's going to bring up the NDUS login page. And then you type in your credentials, and boom, you'll get this screen right here. This profile page has a few options for you to set. Really nothing here we need to worry about for now. The only reason I brought you here is so you can figure out where to download the software if you don't have it. Up on the top right corner of your screen, you're going to see a little drop-down menu that says Resources. If you just hover your mouse over that, you'll see a window that pops open, and that's going to say Download Zoom Client, and that's what you're going to want to do if you don't have Zoom on your computer. Once you click on that, you're going to see Zoom Client for Meetings, and that's the one you want to download. All of these other features are things that maybe you could look at a later time. For now, you just click this download. And once you do that, it's going to download and you can install it onto your computer just like you would any other software. Once that's done, you'll see a link on your desktop labeled Zoom, and that's going to provide you with the software to capture and to deliver your online courses. Double click on that, and when you do, you're going to see this splash window that pops open. It's going to say join a meeting or sign in. We're going to want to sign in. When you click that, you're going to see this sign in window. You're going to want to select on the right hand side, sign in with SSO. That's single sign on. Basically, that's what we use through the NDUS service. So you'll click on that. And in the company domain, you'll want to type in UND. That's our company domain. And then you can click continue. And when you do that, you're going to see it open up your web browser and bring you to this kind of strange site here, and then it's going to pop up with another window that says launch application, and all you got to do is hit open, and that's going to open up for you. Once everything's kind of running, you're going to see this screen right here. I've already set up a setting here, or set up a meeting here. I'm going to delete that meeting, and we're going to create one from scratch. Just to give you a real quick overview of the window here, we've got a home window. This is probably the best place to start, and I think this is actually where it starts. The very first time you load the software. You've got a few options here. One could be new meeting. That would just be a quick pop-up meeting if you wanted to set something real quick to deliver to students. What I would suggest using is this schedule feature. This allows you to set a date, time for the meeting to begin. And what I would do is just set that schedule to your normal class time, so that at your normal class time, when you load up Zoom, students can come into this location and can view your recording. So that's what we're going to do. If we click the schedule tab, as soon as you do that, you're going to see a new window pop up again, and it says schedule a meeting, and the topic is already kind of pre-selected for you, but I would suggest typing something in here related to the class. So in this case, we'll say it's going to be Aviation 480 Section 1, and we're going to put the start date today and at 7 p.m. You could set that to any time. In fact, you could set it to your regular class time and then just have it recur. So basically every class time at, Tuesday at, 4 p.m., it'll start up for you. You can select the duration of the meeting. This really doesn't do anything other than tell the members or the people that you invite to this meeting how long to plan. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't stop recording or anything like that after an hour, but it is kind of a good setting to allow. Right underneath is the meeting ID. I just let that generate automatically. Password, if you want to password protect your class so that students would have to enter a password in order to get into the class, you can. If you select that, it's just going to pop up and randomly select a number for you. You could type in whatever you want there. We're not going to do that this time, but if you did, then obviously you'd have to share that password with your students in your class. As far as the video settings, you're going to want to turn the host video setting on, and then I would definitely turn the participants off. Basically what this does is it, as soon as you load Zoom and load this meeting, it's going to show your video, but it's not going to show participants' video, especially if you have like 20, 25 students in a class. Everybody logging in with their video popping up immediately is going to really slow down the bandwidth for the class. So I'd select that off. It doesn't preclude students from turning their video on at a later time, but at least it stops it from starting automatically. Below that, audio, give your students an option whether to call in or to use their computer audio as long as they have a microphone. And so in this case, I would select both. And then calendar option. You can have it actually create an Outlook schedule of events. Or a Google Calendar. I'm going to select other calendars here, and I'll show you why in a second. I'd suggest you do the same as well. Even if you have Outlook, I would select other calendars, and I'll show you why. Click the advanced options drop down, and when you do that, there's a couple options that you definitely want to select. Enable join before host. What that means is if it basically allows your students to come into the classroom or come into this meeting before you log in. So it allows students to kind of wait around. They can talk with each other, but it doesn't really start recording or doing anything like that. So I would enable that. And then I would also mute the participants on entry. This really minimizes the disruptions in class. So as somebody comes in, they're going to be muted automatically so that, there's not the background noise that you would get normally with students logging in. So I would select that. Record meeting automatically is deselected by default. I would keep it that way just because it really, you can still record, and I encourage you to record, but I wouldn't start it right away. There's a couple of reasons for that. So once we made all those selections, we've named it, we're ready to go, and we can hit schedule. And as soon as we do that, because we selected the other calendar option, we get this new window that pops up. And so this would be what we would send to people if we were going to start a web conference with a group of people. Really, all the students need is going to be this link right here. This link allows them to join a Zoom meeting. So if you select and copy that, you just copy that URL, and that URL then will allow a student to log in and see this meeting. Again, this is scheduled for a later time, and they can come and go at any given time. When they click the URL, it will provide them with options for audio, for connecting audio. So you don't really need to give them anything else other than this link. And so what I would do is I would put this link then on your Blackboard site. So I'm going to show you how that's done here. Let's log into Blackboard and I'll walk you through that. So blackboard.und.edu. Once we bring that website up, we can log in. Again, your first name, last name, your standard NDUS login. Click login, and we can go to a specific course. When our home page here doesn't have a list of all of our courses, so we got to click the courses tab up in the top right corner. Again, I have a Blackboard demonstration video for you as well, so you can look at that at a later time. And we're going to pick 480 here. This is a section that's already done, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to select it, and when I do, I see basically my course is set up and ready for students to take. Probably the easiest way to get the information out to students would be to create an announcement to students. So if you click create announcement and type in the subject, so Tuesday's class, let's say, and we'll call it class link. You type a message in here, click the following to enter Tuesday's class, and then we can put the link right there. Okay, and it's not a hyperlink here. They could copy and paste this into our browser. If we wanted to make it a hyperlink, we just highlight it, and this little chain link picture here, we'd click on that picture and it gives us a new tab, and we would put in our link path. So we'll just paste that right there and just control V, and make sure you select the target. I want to open this in a new frame. So I'm just going to select that, open in a new blank window. You could title it if you want. You don't have to, and click insert. So now it's a hyperlink. So when students click on that, they'll be able to go right to the Zoom site. And again, if they do not have the Zoom site available, if they don't have the Zoom software, available, it'll give them the option to download it for the first time. And so then we go like that. I'll hit the period. Oops, I don't want that to be underlined. And then I'd hit submit. Now I'm not going to do that. Actually, I will. As we look at the web announcement options down here, one of the things that you would definitely want to do if this was the first time you were delivering content is I would send a copy of this announcement immediately. And what it'll do is it'll email everybody that's enrolled in your Blackboard class of the announcement. It's, like I said, the quickest way to get a hold of everybody. So if you select that and click submit, it's going to send a copy of what we've set here to everybody's email that's enrolled in the class. That allows them to not even have to log into Blackboard. They could just click this link in their email and it would take them directly to the class. I'm not going to do that because this is actually a live class and I don't want to send this off to students that are already logged in and confuse them any farther. When I hit submit here, it's going to put it on my announcements page. And now you're going to see it as a top link, and it's going to just say, click the following link to enter Tuesday's class. So now just so you can see it from a student's view, I'm going to enter student preview mode. And so the student, you can see it what a student would normally see, and so this would be what they see. And then when they click on that, it's going to pop up to that window again. It's going to say, hey, do you want to use, if you don't have Zoom, it's going to give you the download option. And if you do have Zoom, hopefully it'll take you directly to the site. You can start it from your browser as well. So students have a lot of features here and options. And so that's how that works. I'm going to exit the preview. And I'll just give you a real quick rundown of the Zoom session once it's running. And we can close that. Once I've created a meeting and I log back into Zoom, I can see it in a couple of spots here. I can see, AVIT 48001 listed. And I can see the time and when it starts, and I can see a whole, wide variety of things. If I wanted to copy the invitation to somebody else, I could. That's fine. You could copy it, and again, it would just put it in your clipboard, and you can look at the meeting invitation here and see how that works. Now, if you wanted to start it, which I'll do real quickly, you just hit the start button, and as soon as you do that, it's going to pop up with this screen right here, and it's going to give you a few options. Students are going to see this. So how do you want to join your audio? If you want them to be able to talk, obviously they're going to have to select their audio. They can call in or they can select computer audio. Remember, we selected those two options at the very beginning. And then we can set a default. I'm going to skip that for now, and then I'll just give you a real quick overview of the way this site is laid out. So here on the site, this is basically our Zoom homepage, you could say. A couple of things I would, kind of pay attention to here. Remember, I said to start the audio or start without video, so that you'll notice that the video didn't start automatically, and that's fine. If we wanted to start our video, we can still click that. We can manage our participants, so we can see if you click that, it opens up a new window, and you can see all the people that are enrolled in the course, or not enrolled, but are logged into the course, and you'll see them kind of show up on the right-hand side here. And then there's some options we can do. So basically, if you're going to deliver a class to students, what I would do is just hit the share. And, if you have a PowerPoint, typically you're going to deliver a PowerPoint. I would just open the PowerPoint, and I'll open a PowerPoint here. We'll open that up. And you can see the options here. I can select what I'm showing on my Zoom screen. So I'm going to open up PowerPoint. Once that opens up, I'll just open up a blank presentation so you can see what that looks like. And we'll look back to Zoom here, and you'll see that one of the options here allows me to select, there's my screen. I can do recordings. I can do, so in this case, I'm selecting like the website. Probably the easiest way to do it is select your screen and, whoops, select your screen. I noticed the PowerPoint didn't show up that time, so I'm going to close the share and then I'm going to click it again because I opened PowerPoint after I had selected this share screen. Now you can see it's actually showing PowerPoint as an option, so I can share just the PowerPoint. Students then won't see the backdrop on my screen, so I can just say I want to share that and select share. And now you can't see probably what's on my screen, but on the very top I have a command, kind of my control window up top. I have my PowerPoint screen, and the cool part is now I can deliver the PowerPoint. I can hit PowerPoint and it shows the PowerPoint, and I can still kind of control what I want to do here. So if I need to, do some annotating, so if I want to draw on the screen, I can. I can clear that. Clear all my drawings, whatever I'd like to do. And if I'm, working and I mess something up and I want to fix it, I can pause what people are seeing. I can, fix my screen, whatever it is that I want to do, and then I can resume share so that they can see it again. So that's kind of the power of this feature. Once I get rid of that, I'm going to have to stop share. And because I closed PowerPoint and I was sharing PowerPoint, it stopped the sharing. So right here where you see my name, that's actually showing, that would be my video if I enabled my video. And so I'm just going to end the meeting, and when I'm done, I just end meeting for all. Before I do that, I just want to show you can record, and you can record on this computer. It'll save it onto your computer, or you can record it to the cloud where it'll save it to a web-based location. And so if you want to do that, you can as well. That should get you started. That's probably the quickest and easiest way to deliver a class asynchronously or synchronously through the web conferencing software called Zoom. Thank you. We'll see you.